Welcome back to Lone Star Roads, brought to you by the Credit Union of Texas. The CD is called Against the Grain. You just heard him sing you a song. Now he's sitting on the couch. Y'all say hello to my buddy, Ray Johnston.
What's up, Justin? Hey,
why not? How are you, man?
Good to be in Addison.
It is good to have you.
Good to be alive, man.
And I appreciate you knocking out some time to be here today,
man. Oh, man,
man,
honored to be here. Y'all do a great job with the show, and glad my fiddle player could come and play a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, buddy.
If I played solo, we might not have an audience here. So.
Right. You know, I don't know where to start with your story because, man, what a story that you have got to tell before you even thought about making music. And I guess maybe we could start at the University of Alabama when you were a member of the Roll Tide.
Yes, we
started playing a little college basketball.
Yes, sir.
And what did that turn into?
I didn't get much playing time.
Mm-hmm. And here you are today, playing songs.
So if you can't play sports, play music. I was a walk-on in Alabama, and I got my degree in marketing. And my parents always raised me to set dreams and have a little backup net.
Right.
And my dream was always to play professional NBA basketball. And my backup net was to take my degree and make a living for myself in business. And this didn't make the NBA out of college, so I worked in Dallas for a couple of years.
What'd you do?
I was a mortgage banker.
Okay.
So I did mostly residential and some commercial lending. But I always played music in college, kind of in cover bands, and played a little bit. And I kind of got the Pat Green and Dave Matthews bug and kind of fused my music somewhere in the middle. And played enough kind of corporate parties and such to where I could get my music bug. And then, but I kept playing basketball. And music is so much like sports, Justin.
Right.
I was at the right place at the right time, and Donnie needed a third-string point guard that wouldn't argue with the coach and be on time.
Right. And then we're talking about Donnie Nelson.
We're talking about Donnie Nelson.
Of the Dallas Mavericks.
He's a close friend of mine, and he was pretty much the guy that saw me play and kind of vouched for me as they tried to cut me like 15 different times.
Nope.
And what was really advantageous for me is I was actually a season ticket holder for 2 years, so I knew the offense, and my stepdad at the time was a college coach.
You know what you just did, don't you? There are season ticket holders out there right now that just ran to the driveway and started shooting free throws. If Ray can do it, honey, I'll be back.
I'm sorry, Cuban and Donnie, for that. That's going to be rude. But I just was at the right place, right time, and I think my craft was at a place where I felt like I earned it. And in fact, I remember the day, it was such an awesome feeling because I remember when Donnie came up and told me I made the team, I wasn't even surprised. And that doesn't sound arrogant because I just felt like my preparation had meant opportunity, and I was just at the right place, right time, and I was just overjoyed. And I remember the conversation I had with my dad and my mom. It was just happy tears on the phone, and
What was that like?
It was great because I had set the dream when I was about 6. I even wrote my mom a note saying I will play NBA basketball, and I was just driven like that, and much to the disgust of a lot of my coaches that didn't want to play me, and so, but they knew it, and I just right place, right time, and my college coach and all my high school coaches, we'll keep in touch. It's all good. I don't want them to feel like I'm talking down.
I'd have loved to heard that conversation with your college coach. You did what?
Yeah, right. Ray Johnston?
Right.
Steve Nash or Ray Johnston?
Well, you know, that was a high, obviously. How long into that NBA playing career did you hit that ultimate low?
Yeah,
this is where it starts to get
weird
real tricky.
thing. So I made the team in 2004. I made the team the same day Steve Nash was traded, and like 2 days before Devin Harris was drafted. So for all those not familiar with NBA, they were looking for a third-string point guard that could, if for some reason their first 2 came out, I'd be okay to, I could service for two games.
Right.
And that was in June of 2004. I played 8 games with the Mavericks. I actually played more games in professional basketball than I did in college. That's got to be a random Guinness Book of World Records somewhere. And in August of 2004, I was preparing for vet camp, which is, you work on your own. I went to the Mavs facility, getting ready for the big tryout, which is when you get the good check.
Right.
So I was either going to make the regular team or get sent overseas and make good money there. So I was in a win-win situation. And I had a random leg injury. I went to see the Mavericks doctor, and they said, you have a compartment syndrome, which normally is an outpatient surgery. You're back playing the next week.
Okay.
Well, that surgery ended up, they found that my body was 84% leukemic. And when you have that many cancer cells in your body, especially on leukemia, you lose a lot of blood platelets. So you lose a lot of blood. And so people ask me this scar all the time. And usually I have some fun and say I fell off a bull or something. But that's the scar from the
shark bite?
Yeah, a little shark bite or something like that. So
those boots, man.
Yeah, and these are actually the boots I got the day the team was announced. We were at Billy Bob's, and Donnie Nelson was walking by. They were fitting the coaches. And I said, Donnie, if I'm out of place, you can, cut me or tell me if I'm wrong. But I don't really have any cool Texas boots yet. And he's like, get over here. We got a good old boy on the team. Get over here and get fitted for boots. And so I wear these with a lot of pride.
So you get your prognosis as 84% leukemic. what happens from there?
Well, I don't even remember that because it got so bad so quick. They had to drug induce me into a coma. It lasted like 2.5 months. I just remember going in the hospital late August. Then I remember waking up, and that was when Bush and Kerry were having that deal. And I remember the Red Sox winning the World Series, which I was like, that's not supposed to happen.
No.
And so it just takes you a while to come to. But, you know, luckily, the first thing I remember when I woke up, my mom had put all kind of positive things all around my room. And I remember a specific Bible verse that says, a cheerful heart is good medicine to the soul, and a downcast spirit drives up the bones. Proverbs 17:22. And so basically my parents, my girlfriend at the time, were like, look, you got every reason to sulk. It's going to be tough, but you're going to make it, and something good is going to come out of this. And so, I mean, hypocrite warning, I had many dark days, but, you know, I try to see the glass half full in it, and it's been a trip. And now it's 2013. I've had 4 relapses, but I've had a bone marrow transplant, and I'm on a clinical trial drug, so I'm very proactive about mentioning that during concerts. I got to meet my bone marrow donor, see my mom, hug him, and embrace him and cry on his shoulder. It was a moment like none other. And I think my music represents that. I kind of fall in that happy country, you know, kind of segment, and you know, why wouldn't I be? I've been through the ringer, and so
you're passing it on now with the Be the Match campaign.
Yes, right. So we gave a song to Be the Match, and that's the managing entity for all the bone marrow transplants all over the world. They just celebrated their 50,000th bone marrow transplant, and you know that was a big reason why I lived. And I've been on a clinical trial for 3.5 years and been in remission for 3.5 years. So
that's great, man. That's awesome. You bet, baby. The record is called Against the Grain. I know you're getting ready to work on some new stuff here before too long. The RayJohnstonBand.com is the website, and you can get more information about Be the Match there on Ray's website. You want to play some more songs?
I'd love to, man. Thank you for having me, Justin.
All right. Sign the table for me, buddy.
Got it, buddy.
You would. Ray Johnston when we come back. The Lone Star Road. Hang in there.